spiky here. In this video, I'm going to install VS Code in a browser. Let's go. If you go to my GitHub page, you can follow me along. If you scroll a little down, you will see that this tutorial depends on some prerequisites. I hope you have finished those first. You can also prepare your domain for code server by following the 4 steps in the preparation section of this tutorial. For now, we are only going to concentrate on installing our code server in a Docker container. In order to connect to our GitHub repository from within our code server, we first need to prepare our SSH keys. Execute the following command to create a public and private key pair on your local machine. Give your key pair a strong password in case a black, gray, or red hat gets access to those files. Copy your public key to the clipboard and navigate to the settings of your GitHub repository. Click the button, New SSH Key. Give your key a name and paste in the public key value. Save your key. We can now authenticate our Git client in the code server with your private key. Next, we are going to install the Docker container. For this, we have 2 options, or we execute the recreate.sh script, or we execute the following commands from my GitHub page. These commands are the same as in our recreate.sh file, but I've added them to this tutorial to demonstrate the steps we have to take to get everything to work. First, we have to spin up our container with Docker Compose up. Take a look into our Docker file and Docker Compose file if you want. This tutorial, however, is not as much about learning Docker, but focuses more on how to use this repository to get your applications and code to work together. After we have spun up the code server, we can copy this repository directly into our local folder, where we persist the files on our code server container. If we navigate to our Docker home directory, you can see the content of our Docker container. The only thing we have to do is to add some lines to the .bashrc file. Here we call our solutions.bash profile file to load our development environment. You can watch a video about that if you want. It's popping up right now. This little command will add the correct lines to that file. So every time we open up a terminal, our bash profile file will be called, and will prepare everything we will need for our solution. As a final step, we have to copy over our private SSH key to this container's persistent folder, so we can always clone the latest sources from our GitHub page if needed. In this example, we are working local, so we can just copy over the source code. In other environments, we can at least clone from GitHub with those keys. After all this, we can open our default browser and log into our newly installed code server with everything set up in place. These commands are for convenience and show you your password while opening a browser. I hope you appreciate the way our bash profile script takes care of downloading all necessary CLI tools. A video about that will pop up now. I have saved and copied my VS Code profile settings to a file. This file I will copy over to my code service persistent folder. I will import this file into my code server. So, this way we have the same extensions and settings inside our newly installed code server. That's it for this little video. Thank you for watching. I hope you get it to work on your side. I'll be back. I will see you in the next video for more Docker tools we need to take care of before starting the real deal. Spiky out.